I'm just a man watching the world through a computer screen. And I got thoughts about the shit I'm seeing. Everybody's lens is colored by the life they've lived, and the only thing we could do is play the cards life gives. This feels hella cliche. A dad in his garage sitting in the car, decompressing and shit. That seems hella cliche, but it is what it is. Uh, yeah, so cancel culture is terrorism. I'm gonna just say it. I mean, I said it, so there's that. And I don't mean like in an allegorical way or like a metaphorical way. I mean like legit terrorism. I wrote down the definition of terrorism just cause like it's cancel culture is legit terrorism, right? Right. Okay. If you disagree with that, that's fine. But it is. So there's that. Factually, cancel culture is terrorism. Terrorism, unlawful use of violence or intimidation, especially against civilians, in the pursuit of political. That nigga stupid. In pursuit of political aims. Cancel culture. Respectfully, that literally described cancel culture. Cancel culture is literally terrorism. Okay, cool. And terrorist is a person who engages in, I see, the definition for behaviors. So if you do things that can be classified as terrorism, you're a terrorist. If you engage in cancel culture, you're a terrorist, respectfully. And there is that, and that's why I like this whole Netflix thing that just passed. I really respected it. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't bend or fold to the demands of terror, bro. That's like an American thing right there. And I know Netflix ain't just America, but yo, listen. They was trying to get my man Dave Chappelle out of here because of his thoughts and opinions. And like people saying like, oh, he's a comedian. He's a civilian. How about that? How about let's just say that he's a normal person who's allowed to have thoughts and feelings about things, and he's also allowed to express those thoughts and feelings about things. That's all I'm saying. Right? Right. Cool. So you can believe it's terrorism. You could not agree with me that it's terrorism. That's fine. But by definition, cancel culture is terrorism. Why do most people get canceled? Because they said something that was a legitimate opinion of theirs, or a legitimate feeling of theirs, or a legitimate thought of theirs. Why do I say legitimate before thought, feeling, and thought, feeling? Listen, the reason I say legitimate is because every human is an individual, and you're allowed feelings, thoughts, and emotions about things. That's like a human right, God given. Like you can't take that. Like I'm allowed to feel a way. You allowed to do stuff, and I'm allowed to feel a way about the stuff that you did. Granted, there's laws in place that say the things you can and cannot do, but even with that, you're allowed to choose whether you follow those laws, and I'm allowed to choose how I feel about whether you following them laws or not. To every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Listen, at the end of the day, if you do something, something gonna happen because of what you did. Whether it affects you now, later, long run, listen, something gonna happen based off what you did. Because when you do something, it causes something to happen, and then there's a reaction to what you happened. That's neither here nor there. That's a rabbit hole I'm not ready to go down right now. So listen, as I was saying, cancel culture is terrorism. Why do I believe such? We're not even going to do the Dave Chappelle because I feel like that's too easy an example to go with. If you try to cancel somebody by bullying them, that's literally why? Because you're using unlawful violence or intimidation. I'm gonna be for real. Twitter is a lot of listen. A lot of unlawful violence and intimidation be being used to cancel people. Bro, if you telling somebody that you're gonna cancel them, essentially what you're saying is you're gonna stop them from having a voice. That's unlawful because the freedom of speech, that's a thing. Like everybody got that. The same way you got the freedom to say you want to cancel somebody, to say your opinion, and if somebody can't say their opinion because it's in opposition to your opinion is in opposition to somebody else's opinion. Everybody's opinion is in opposition to somebody else's opinion. Everybody don't got the same opinion. Everybody don't think the same. These is facts. So I'm not understanding how you could try to cancel somebody because they don't think like you. That's literally what's going around the world. People don't think like them. They don't share the same religion. So let's cancel. Let's cancel them. They cancel is different though. When they cancel something, buildings come down. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. You trying to stop somebody from having a platform to speak their opinion, and some of these people make money off of their platforms. Dave Chappelle makes money off being a comedian. If you cancel him, he can't speak anymore. If he can't speak anymore, he can't make money. Therefore, that's his livelihood. That's how he feeds his family. So you trying to take that away from him is literally, you're threatening his livelihood if he doesn't stop saying things that you don't agree with. That's crazy. Not everybody gonna agree with you. You can't cancel everybody because they don't agree with you. Especially if they're not saying nothing crazy. Like, I'm sorry. Dave Chappelle ain't say nothing crazy in that stand-up special. He didn't. He said a bunch of things. He called himself a bunch of things that people already think about him, and y'all had a problem with that. That's hilarious to me. That's like somebody being like, you's a bitch. And I'd be like, I'm a bitch. And they'd be like, oh. Bro, what are you up in arms for? You called me a bitch and I agree with you. I'm a bitch. That's crazy. And now you up in arms. That don't make no sense. That makes no sense. He called himself a bunch of things that people already and he did it in satire. And I don't like that people was trying to act like it wasn't satire. Like people want to play semantics. He said it. Yeah, but let's be for real. He was being a jerk. A lot of Dave Chappelle's comedy is being a jerk. Very simple stuff. Like, and that's why we love him. Let's be for real. The player haters ball was literally a comedy sketch about being a jerk. It was hilarious, don't get it twisted, but it's about being a jerk. But when the joke wasn't on anybody, when the joke's not about you, it doesn't matter. Soon as the joke is about you, now it's an issue. That's crazy because everybody was laughing when the joke wasn't on them. You feel me? When the joke not on you, it's easy to laugh about it. But now the joke is on you, and now it's but it's not a joke though. That's the thing. When it comes to the Dave Chappelle stuff, it's not a joke. There are people who really feel that way. And just because you feel differently than them doesn't mean they need to be canceled. Everybody should have a chance to speak their piece. Why? Because when everybody speak their piece, a conversation can be had. And when you have a conversation, you can have some type of understanding. You ain't necessarily got to agree with nobody. It's your God-given right to disagree. But it's also my God-given right to have an opinion. It just is what it is. Opinions is like assholes. Everybody got one. Some people's is just shittier than others. That's just life. And the world getting hella soft because we trying to censor opinions. What are we doing now? And the craziest thing about the censoring of opinions, especially now in this modern era with social media, everybody can just get their opinion off. Everybody and anybody. I'm literally spitting my opinion into a phone camera right now. Everybody could get their opinion off right now. So that's why this cancel culture stuff is hella crazy. Because it's coming at a time where everybody got a voice. Everybody can say something. Now cancel culture. You know why that's crazy? Because it seems like the freer we get, you know what I'm saying, the more technologically advanced we get, the more censorship is coming. Because cancel culture is basically censorship. That's all you're doing. Because people not out here canceling stuff they agree with. Nobody want to cancel something they agree with. That's not happening. It's people canceling stuff they don't agree with. That's censorship. Respectfully, whether you like Donald Trump or not, he got censored off of the internet. Literally. And that's hilarious. The president was the first person hit by the cancel cultureism. I wouldn't even say the first, but I want to say the hardest because they got him up out of here. All social media platforms got him up out of here. That's crazy. When you get up out of here off all social media platforms, that's wildness. I ain't gonna lie to you. They got him off every social media platform. My man can't speak his piece at all. And he's still getting his piece off, respectfully. I ain't gonna lie to you. He's still getting his piece off. But yeah, like I was saying, bro, this cancel culture stuff is literal, like, it's modern day technological, dog. It's because the people who's trying to cancel stuff is the most radical sides of whatever argument it is. Because, like, I ain't gonna lie, there's people who's in these groups who's not as radical as the people trying to cancel everybody, but now they just roped into it because, like, the whole group is doing that. Bro, listen, this it's like politics. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say it's fucking cancel culture is politically aimed, dog. Like, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, you choosing to be radical, right? Because you're saying, oh, left wing, right wing, and you might want to be like, oh, you could be a Democrat that's in the middle. Yeah, you can, but when you choose a side, you're basically saying, like, all right, whatever radical stance we take, I'm gonna go along with it. That's literally what you're saying. They done chose colors, red, blue. They gangbanging out here. It literally means you gotta pick your side. You know what I'm saying? Bro, listen. That's how it is with this cancel culture stuff. They make you pick a side. You're not allowed to be like, oh, I could see both sides of the argument. Respectfully, I could totally understand both sides. I get that, right? You're not allowed to do that in this cancel culture era. If you don't agree, you a hater. If you don't like what I like, you a hater. Why you hating? If you like something that I don't like, and you choose to be radical about it, like I'm choosing to be radical about, if we radical on opposite sides, I'm gonna call you a dick sucker. But I'm not a dick sucker. That don't make no sense. You're just as radical about what you radical about as I am about what I'm about. So if I'm a dick sucker, you a dick sucker. I don't know why that's a phrase right now people like to say. Oh, you sucking dick, you sucking dick.
Pause.
Nah, I just believe what I believe, respectfully. And me personally, I don't like to choose a radical stance on nothing. Why? Because at the end of the day, nobody's ever 100% right. I don't think I've ever come into a situation where it was life involved and somebody was like just 100% right. I can't remember. I've been alive quite some time now, and I don't think I've ever been in a situation where life and just somebody was 100% right. You know what I'm saying? Like with the Too Short situation, the way he said it sound crazy. Yes. His opinion though. So to cancel him make no sense. All he's doing is stating his preference for women. Everybody got a preference for what they like. Everybody has a preference of type of person they want to consider their significant other. So why there was such a cancel, I don't understand. And then I do understand at the same time. Because they saying like, oh, how you going to be pro-black if you don't like fully black? But do you got to be fully black to be pro-black? Because that's like saying if you mix, you can't be pro-black. Which don't make sense. Because I feel like you could be white and be pro-black. I'm a man, but I'm pro-women. Like, I'm not a feminist. Because I can't say I'm a feminist because that's taking a radical stance. And I know all feminists aren't taking that radical stance, but you lumped in with the group. Because there's a lot of feminists out there that's really about equality. And then there's a lot of feminists who are not about equality. Feminism says 50-50 in life. That's what feminism says. Equality. Feminism says if you put your hands on me, I put my hands on you. That's what equality is. If there are a lot of things that women do there are a lot of things that women do to men that if another man did it to a man, it will be furniture shaking, fisticuffs. No, nobody should hit nobody. And if you hit me, I'm going to hit you back. The golden rule says treat others as you would like to be treated. But yeah, man, cancel culture is really...
رحمه الله أن ينجز جميع العمليات خلال 20 دقيقة قبل أن ينتبه بوش وإدارته.
Bin Laden went on to say that if Family Guy shows the image of Muhammad as planned, the terrorist retaliation will be immediate.